Welcome back, you beautiful people, to some more Bannerlord. And I am thinking for this playthrough, what we're going to do is we're going to go with the companions. Now, it's not going to be pure companions, but what we do have is the Distinguished Service mod, which means that if one of our normal infantry characters kills more than 5 people, you can turn them into a companion, but they start with their stats and their equipment, which is pretty cool. So I'm thinking, why don't we go for a mercenary start? So we're going to start with the Sturgians. So army lose 20% less daily cohesion, and recruiting and upgrading infantry costs 25% less. We also have the Calradian armory put in as well, which I think should give us some pretty cool kit. Now, let's see who looks pretty Norse-like. No, yeah, you'll do. Alright, and for our background. So for our family start, we're going to go with the boy as companions. This will give us 10 skill levels and 1 focus point in riding and two-handed. Riding is going to be fairly important, not super important, because obviously we are the Sturgians, but still, the extra mobility is always nice. And two-handed, because I imagine we're going to be using a lot of big old battle axes. Choose your early childhood. I guess this one has to be brawn. That'll give us more points in two-handed and throwing. And then again, let's go worked in the village smithy. That gives us another point in old two-handed. Also takes our vigor up to 4. And then we also get a point in smithing. Smithing is going to be fairly important. Now, I do have a little caveat put in. Is we can't buy things from the town to then smelt down to then smith stuff. So that's going to be a limit compared to last time where we just smithed everything and made an absolute fortune. As a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. I think we'll go with trained with the Heath Guards. That gives us 1 more point in horse, 1 more in endurance, and then we also get 1 in polearms. Because it's not really a glitch, but I found a polearm that you can make, which is basically just a giant mallet. That just levels you up super quick, because you can attack real quick with it. Now, what about the infantry? Well, that gives us one-handed, which might be useful later on because we will need one-handed weapons for the sieges. So running with a shield, one-handed weapon, but I'm pretty sure we'd be able to level up by that point. But we also get polearms as well. Let's go with that. Okay, and then for young adulthood, let's go defeat an enemy in battle. So that's going to give us extra one-handed and extra two-handed. So we've vigor's up to 6, so we should become an absolute powerhouse real soon. Then we're also going to be able to fight one-handed fairly easily. Cool. And then how do we deal with the raiders? You could go subdued them, which will give us extra athletics and vigor, which would be good. Yeah, let's go subdued the raiders. That to me makes sense. And our name is going to be, and I think Internet is a part Viking, part Rush culture. Let's go Yuri Ironside. Okay, and now what do we want? So reduce damage to 50 because I suck at this game. Companions reduced to 75. That is cool. Recruitment difficulty. Let's go +1 because realistically just running around having to recruit everyone up just takes so much time. Actually at that point let's just go +2 on the recruitment. Map +10 because we want things to be moving, and then we also want challenging on the combat AI. Persuasion chance realistic, clan member death reduced by 100%, disable birth and rebirth, and also put Iron Man on, and auto allocate clan member perks. And Yuri Ironside is ready to go. And then for the family name, we'll go Stoneborn. So skipped all of that boring intro stuff. And now we need a interesting ye old banner. Something that says Norse. Tree. Tree would be good, unless I got any runes or an axe. Oh, longbow. And let's go. Need something that would stand out against. I think we'll go red and blue. Say like blood and water or some cheese balls like that. And first thing we've now got to do is find some raiders. Now we do have 1,000 dinars. So what I would like to do is just buy a bunch of hammers, smelt them down, turn them into weapons, trade the weapons, and yada yada yada. But we said we were not going to do that. So let's see what recruits we can pick up. Okay, 3 Imperial recruits. Actually, why are we doing that? I think we're just going to skip until I get up north. Otherwise, we are just going to end up with an Imperial army instead of a Sturgian one. And now we are in the Sturgian territory. 11 looters running around there. And let's see if we can't get any decent enough troops. Sturgian recruits and Sturgian warrior. That'll bring us up to 9. Yeah, that should be enough to fight some bandits. Okay, so I will need to take out 3 if we're going to really have any chance in this. Now, any of you that have seen me play this before know that I kind of suck at this game.
Infantry!
So,
Everyone! Attack!
there we go, that's what we're looking for. Right, we'll charge in. We do have a spear, so we might be able to hit someone. Ah, wow. This horse is so slow. Always forget how slow the horses are. Right at the start of the game. Because once your riding gets like a really high level, like you become super mobile. But off the back of it, like once you're over like level like 250, like just some of like the stats and mobility you get from it is like mental. Probably could do with a shield. Oh, we're done. How are we doing? I know we're winning. I just got to keep moving back and staying out of the way. If we can get that hit off. Bit of a cheek. And hit our own person. Cool. Well, that went a little bit better than I thought it was going to. So first battle down is looking half alright for us. We lost 1 and 1 got wounded. And then we managed to take 3 prisoner, which I guess can buy us the recruit that we lost. It's not much, but it is something. Okay, we'll need to drop the Imperial recruits out, though, yeah, we'll need to drop them in a second. Sturgian Woodsman, let's get 2 of those. Yeah, that will be good for us. So thinking, go over here, get some cheap wood. So how much do they want for that? How much can we take? We can take a decent amount, so let's pick up 10. We'll probably actually be able to sell some of that for a profit if we really want. Then recruit troops. Okay, that is all Imperial. Ah, yes, because we've wandered back into Imperial territory. Right, no worries. There is a companion in here that we can pick up. Not that they're going to be particularly useful now, and saying about having to drop stuff off. Imperial recruits, we'll get rid of them, and now we're just left with pure Sturgian soldiers. And 5 more from the town, that's not bad. So we're up to 11, which isn't amazing. And this is where the smithing comes in, and then we smelt those down as well. And then I hope our smithing skill can get up to 25, and then at 25 we can get the charcoal production. With charcoal production we can turn 2 hardwood into 3 charcoal instead of 2 hardwood into 1 charcoal. It makes a big old difference when you're breaking things down. And standard early game, try to get some troops, and then look for things to kill. Oh, actually, interested to see if any of the Cal Radio expanded armor spawned in yet. So if we go here, we have a little look down. They got some interesting stuff. Now, I'm not too sure what the Sturgian's going to get out of it, but hopefully some decent enough kit. But at the moment, iron plated greave. That is looking about it. Bit of a shame, but then it's fairly early on. It takes a while for these things to start spawning. And off the back of that, auto equip. We don't want anything, and then sell that off. So we got 128 on top of that. Yeah, not looking too bad. And what did seem like quite a while just chasing this bandit around, finally managed to catch one. So away we go. Yeah, I am actually rating the red armor. Makes it very easy to see, and a lot of like the Sturgian stuff is like blue. So until we come up against the Valandians, which I don't really expect is going to happen for a very long time. Yeah, it will do. And axes, lots and lots of axes, that's going to be needed. Right, if we could remember the length of the weapon instead of swinging into the air, that would be great. Alright, off the horse, let's fight properly. Even though riding the horse probably makes more sense because then our riding skill goes up so we can actually get a decent horse, but details, we need to get some experience with our one-handed. Nice and simple. One person knocked out and we got 12 people to upgrade. Very shortly we are actually going to be able to start hunting ye old, what are we going to call them? Like mountain and sea bandits. And there we go. First group of mountain bandits. Not too long after the fight, we're only down to like 50% health. And actually, that being said, we do need to find someone that we can bring on fairly quick so we can turn them into medical. Now, these guys are going to put up potentially more of a fight. Depends what they spawn in with.
Soldier, attack!
I was wondering where my troops were. They spawned miles away. Because if they got like their heavy horse, like the highwaymen, that might be a problem. And then they've also got brigands. And we got a lot of guys without shields. And now a brigand throwing its like harpoons, that could be problematic. But then we are running out a group of 20, so we should be fine. And chances are we will be able to get a shield from them as well. Which obviously would be super useful because, well, we don't have one. Hillman should be easy to take down. And yeah, looks like a brigand in the back there. Cool. Let's turn the horse. Yeah, we can fight you. Famous last words, I imagine. Where you going? Amazing. Can't say one-handed weapons I am the greatest with. An axe, where you can just run backwards and swing and they run onto it, do a lot better with. So let's get one of them sooner than later, methinks. We lost one again and one knocked out, which isn't too bad. It's going to be a fairly quick start, I think, to this series. But out of that, we've now got a Vyag veteran, which is pretty sweet. Another Vyag, Sturgian soldiers, a bunch of them. Let's make that another woodsman. I mean, it isn't the endgame army, but that's not a bad little force. And off the back of that, we should be fine hunting bandits now. For a decent one. That should get us a bunch of money until we can get a few companions up. So I'm not going to say that this is going to be a good axe, but it's just about the only axe that we have resources for. Swing speed 58, that sucks. Cut damage of 48, that sucks. And handling of 61. Details, how much is it worth though, is the next question. 762. I reckon we actually sell that. That isn't half bad. Get rid of all of this junk. That brings us up to 1,000. So we are now officially better off than we were at the start. And then we've also got a shield maiden here, so ransom them. All mercenary crossbowmen will take that. A little bit expensive, but reason is we are mercenaries ourselves, so therefore using other mercenaries it should be okay. Shield maiden. Don't really care about your backstory. The reason I want you is because if we go here, they generally have decent stats. Yes, so one-handed, two-handed, and polearm. So I'm thinking polearm, one-handed axe, shield, and a spear. Because, well, we know we are going to run into trouble with cavalry. Axe, because we're Sturgians. And then a big axe, because it's a big axe. It's a simple creature when it comes to what I want. It's just I want heavy armour and axes. 4 troops deserted. Ah, yes. We're 1 over. It looks like we might have lost some recruits. To be fair, it isn't going to end the game for us, which is fine. Annoying, but details, these things happen. Okay, again, need to send troops on that. We should be alright. Yeah, no one, we lost no one. That is cool. Got some prisoners. Brigands are good. Trusty infantry axe. Right, and we'll bring that one across. Take those. Anyone want to upgrade their armor? And that also does your companions as well. So not even mad. That was the issue with the companions only challenge. Was you had to go through and manually equip and upgrade and change all of your troops. Took forever. This way, super rapid. So any problems with horses, get changed out. You want them to have a certain loadout. All you need to do is just put the weapon type in there. Then when a better weapon type comes in, they just upgrade it. So you only have to do your troops once, which is actually awesome. And let's go around and start seeing if there's any quests that we can do. Hopefully build up some renown and then start trying to get some mercenary work so that we can start causing some trouble for whoever ye old Sturgians are going to be fighting. And starting trouble for the bandits as well. Actually, how many was that? I think there was 11. So what we might be able to do, go there. Archers to the front. It is going to be very, very short range by the time they actually get onto them. Infantry up the hill. You guys up the hill as well. Running gun. Move to here. And you're just going to take some shots, because if any of these guys get 5 kills, we can turn them into a companion. And that would be awesome. And I've seen it happen before.
Archers, move!
Yeah.
Infantry!
I don't think it's happening somehow. Like, say you got like Palatine Guards or like the Britannian Archers, then yeah, it works. Or like the Mamluk Heavy Archery, they're really good at doing it, but
Archers, forward!
I think this might take a little bit of micromanagement. We'll see how this plays out. If the Sturgian Hunter are leveled up, I'd be super surprised. Well, mind you, that Sturgian Hunter's got 2, so that's not a bad amount. And to be fair, I'm in trouble, so move back. Archers keep going. Don't need you guys dying for no reason because of my incompetence. And let's hope that we don't really lose anyone. And first kill. Oosh. Okay, second one. Hit our own shield, but details. And eventually, I might actually be able to hit something. That'd be awesome. Sweet. Nice, simple victory. And yeah, those Varyags are pretty good. There is something very satisfying about the early game of Bannerlord, when you're literally looking at some of the worst kit, and you're like, oh, that might actually be quite useful. And you just be like, yeah, we're not in the best situation. So we got this, which won't offer a mass amount of armor. This will offer a little bit more. And maybe that upgrades across onto our character, the other one. Yeah. And then we sell all of this stuff here off. We keep these because we're allowed to smelt them later. And we also crafted an axe. And that will bring us up to 717. I think a cheap helmet might not go amiss. But to be fair, their cheapest helmet is a lot more than what we can afford. But these reinforced laminar shoulder guards, that is not a bad price. Nor are these male shoulder guards here. I mean, they're definitely going to help keep us alive. That's 11 armor on that, and that's 10. And it's lighter. Right. Okay, and then we've also got space for 4 more troops. So we lost a couple here and there. Just raiding some bandits. Nothing too much happening. Just trying to get everything moving in the right direction, so that when it actually comes to us to be in the situation of scrap, we're a little bit more sorted. Now, I know none of our guys are specialised in any of these, but Yuri we're going to put straight on the Surgeon, so at least he gets some Surgeon experience. And then the Shield Maiden is going to be on Scout. Still not going to achieve us a massive amount or net us much, but if we can start working towards them now, these will just be a better fill-in. And then hopefully when we get some good, I guess, companions come up, we should be alright. Okay, now they do have a highwayman, and I think it was 2 brigands. So, this is definitely going to be more of a fight. That is for sure. And I doubt we can really run around in the open, which I would like to do. Now, is there anywhere where we can anchor the flank against the horse?
Footmen, move!
I think it's going to have to be here, into a shield wall, move the archers into the rear. And then maybe actually dismount, put the horse here to try and body block if the horse comes around the side. And then use my own spear to try and take it down if it comes in quick. Or it's just going to skirmish with us for a while, which is a little bit unfortunate because I don't have a shield. Just run out there, probably something that we should have picked up in the town. That would have made sense. Like me trying to get all fancy with armour and that. Be like, do you know when you don't need armour? When the enemy can't hit you. And also should have been paying attention to the horse. That was slightly foolish. And looks like their guys must be coming in now as well. Can't really see too much. I can hear hoofs. How does a horse just disappear? Okay, round the back. Nope. Horses are so annoying. What's the best way to beat cavalry? More cavalry. And be like, what have we got? Some very, very immobile troops. It's like, yeah, you might be in a bit of trouble there. Be like, yeah, we are not going to get that guy. Which I find kind of interesting, seeing as the Sturgians are right next to the Kuzate, and the Kuzate are all horse archers. And I mean, these guys got shield walls in that, but they are going to have such a bad time fighting them. It's be like, you can't chase them. So what do you need to do? What, just like wait until they run out of arrows? Or just try to pick the battle really well. So like you're in like a valley or something. But you can't always choose those things, unfortunately. Right, I guess it is a waiting game for a little while. Maybe it's just going to work. We got 1 hit on the horse. 77 damage. I imagine the horse probably has like 200 odd hit points. And I don't think anyone else got anything on it. Like any of the other times. Okay, take 2.
Kill them all! Everyone, charge!
Alright. I think he's going to get away before he can chase him down. Well, we get back to the others, but we do have a semi-dangerous group. I mean, against theirs, like we outnumber them 2-1. And simple maths and Bannerlord, it is just an angles game. Like you can, I've seen like the Valandian like banner knights get taken down by peasants. Well, looters, if there's enough of them. And when there's enough, I think it's like 3 or 4 fighting them at once. Takes them out pretty quick. Okay, that's done. These guys ain't going to be too much more danger. Once those brigands are out of their spears, we don't need to worry too much. And why do I think I can fight this many at the same time? That is very foolish. Run away back into the troops, where we'll be safe. Oh, can we get a sneaky hit? Yes, we can, and we got a kill. Oosh. Okay, try not to get hit by him, and well, that works out pretty well. So we've now found a group of 10 looters, which obviously isn't a massive group, but what we do have is 2 archers. Not the best terrain for it, but what I'm thinking is we've got 1 veteran archer, and we saw the woodsman worked out pretty decently in the last round. I'm wondering if we can get one of these guys leveled up. Would be very nice if we could, and then that's an extra companion, but a very, very powerful one. The issue is they're going to keep running until they try to hit the infantry. We can try and skirmish to distract them, but they probably aren't going to show us too much attention. They're going to keep moving forward, and we are not super tough. Okay, move back once more. I think we've got one of them down, so yeah, it's not looking like we are going to be able to pull this off. Now we're down, and that means the troops are going to charge in a sec. Yeah, we are so squidgy this early on. I mean, kind of used to run around in heavy plate, and actually, not an unrealistic chance that maybe we lose one of the archers in the melee. Sturgian Hunter got knocked out. Well, at least they're not dead. That would have sucked. But, nice thing about fighting looters, they got blunt weapons. Mainly. Yeah, no, didn't get it. Shame. And say hello to Blacktooth, which means we're up to companion number 2. So we have the Shield Maiden, we have Blacktooth, and then Ironside, who's our main character. Still not doing great. Not got a massive amount of money. Clan did become tier 2, so that means we can now have like 45 troops, which ain't bad. And we just picked up a whole bunch of grunts. So nothing fancy. And it turns out that Sturgian veteran bowman, so that is the highest level archer that the Sturgians can get off that line. Useless. I thought it had like another like tier or 2 from like the way that it was fighting. And it's just like, I don't have high expectations for the Sturgian archers. I think we are going to have to mainly be relying on mercenary crossbowmen for our ranged advantage. In close, in combat, I think we're going to smash most things, but in the time that they are just shelling us with projectiles, we might be in for a slight trouble. Need one more group of bandits, and then we are going to try the same thing again. Ooh, 17. This could be a decent little scrap. Cool. Let's go in. Now, one of the advantages is, say, if we had like 6 or 7 people of like the archers, we can fight like a group of, say, 35 bandits. And now, if you're fighting like 35 bandits, they start a lot further away. And, well, not in this sort of terrain, it does make a massive difference. But say if you're like fighting on the steppes or in the desert and stuff, like, you have a long time to try and hit them before they can hit you. And it turns out we have a two-handed axe. No, one-handed. Okay. I was wondering where the two-handed axe came from. No, we just got like some rubbishy one-handed one that we picked up. I know, I've had that for a while. What am I on about? I think it's because I've been forging some axes. Trying to get a little bit of monies together. Wow. Poor showing. Poor showing. The awkward moment when the only person there gets knocked down is you. Yeah, not impressed. So forged up one of those two-handed axes again. This time got 8,000 for it. So we're gonna, well, we have sold it. And let's see if we can't get our guys a little bit more armor. Now, as you notice, my collar is gone because we found this. White bear fur. Believe that's meant to be polar bear. But details. And a helmet. Anyone want any of that stuff? Cool. No one want a dark it? Fine. So maybe, just throwing it out there, I'll actually survive a hit. And then the next point is, I was right. It was a different axe that we were using. It was this one that can be used one-handed or two-handed. Turns out sucks when it's used one-handed, but kind of makes sense if it's meant to be a two-handed axe. Details. I think that will do for now. Thinking if the Sturgian archers actually have any chance ever of killing anything, it might be on this battlefield. They have a long time to fire a whole bunch of arrows and hopefully kill some things. Because so far, Sturgian archers have been so bad. They are horrifically bad. Yeah, just not impressed. Not impressed at all.
Infantry!
Move forward.
Forward!
And should be a nice quick cleanup operation. Was really hoping that maybe we'd get a couple kills. And then ideally get 5. And then obviously that means a hero of that unit. Doesn't look like it's happening.
Archers!
Maybe if you go to the flanks.
Arrow!
Also move the veteran onto horse archers, just so it's going to be easier to command, but details, it's not looking like it's happening. A1 charge, make something happen, and this is time for the old two-handed. Just hit him with a handle. Slowest swing ever. I thought maybe if we rode with it, it might get a bit more damage, but not happening. All being said, actually, who did we lose? Sturgian Mercenaries. I hope you weren't any good. To be fair, I doubt you would be if you got wiped out by some bandits. Okay, veteran, more archers. And lots of foot soldiers now. And let's go line breakers. I've got a feeling like heavy infantry. So we're going to have like 2 types. So we're going to have like the big like thick boys. Now we're going to have like one-handed shield, spear and two-handed axe. Their job is to get in. Shields keep them alive. Then once they get in, then if they're on the front row, they use like their like axe and their shield, keeps them safe. And then people behind can just hit over with the axes. Then we'll also have like some quicker ones that will just have like two-handed axes. So they can get in like super quick and like close the distance. That's the plan. Hopefully it works out that way. I've said it before, but I think that out of the maps, this one might give us a better shot. Talking about better shots, not them. How can you guys be such bad archers? Like you're top tier archers and you cannot hit anything. It kind of hurts my feelings. Whenever you're ready. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to stay here and tank. And maybe they get something eventually. Okay, you guys going to get one more kill. The awkward moment. There we go. Finally, one of them leveled up. The awkward moment when they got more kills in close combat than they did being archers. That is embarrassing. But 7 kills is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, then we can give him 100 extra points in something else. So we could make him our medic, which would be quite useful. We could make him a steward. He could trade. He's got leadership. So if you want to make him into commander, charm, roguery, tactics, rode horses, trained for combat, which is probably what we're going to go for. That's 100 athletics, smithing, and scouting. Actually, we do need a medic. So Tinar the Scarlet is now our medic. Cool, don't mind that at all. And also means now he can't die. So not bad for us. So that's one more. Figured I'd have a little nosy on old Scarlet's kit to see why they suck so bad. Turns out the bow that they have is a Nordic short bow, which I guess kind of makes sense. But it's absolute garbage. Now this is a trusty Nordic short bow, so it is better than a normal Nordic short bow for sure. But as far as bows go, that sucks. And then they also have barbed arrows on top of that, and then followed up by a commoner axe. Yeah, again, still trusty, so it's decent, but yeah, I am just throwing out there, possibly the worst archers in the game. So not the biggest fight that we could have come across, but we have 43 and they have 34 on the old looters. So where can we go in? We are, I don't think we're actually any better equipped than the last time we're there, but we just have a few better troops. And obviously we got Scarlet, who is going to hopefully become a bit of a beast soon. Do have a few more companions because, well, they're cheap and easy to get hold of because they keep spawning, and they're only about 300 a pop. And all being said,
Attack!
let's just charge in. So we'll go out to our big two-handed axe and then see if we cannot do any damage with it. It swings so slow, like ridiculously slow. So you basically decide who you're going to attack, and then you wait, and then you have to throw it like way before an attack is going to come out. So going to hit him, and then maybe one of those, like blocked. But it does have cleave though, so I'm not sure if there's been a mod that I put in, which might be Chaos's tweaks, and I've pressed a button somewhere, and so things can now cleave through. But it makes two-handed like axes, like Bardish's axes and polearms, like a lot more effective. Swords don't appear to have it, so that's a fair balance, since their swords are just better than axes generally in this game. Because you can't hit them really with the wooden part of the sword, because they don't have one. Whereas the old axes you get wrong, yeah, you don't do much damage. But this makes them amazing for like AoE in castles, because you can, well, you make a mistake but you still hit. You manage to take a bunch of people with you, which I am completely okay with. Now unfortunately we can't take the peasants, we'd like to take them, we'll take them prisoner, and for the upgrades, continue down the same path that we've been doing. Sturgian Heavy Spearman or Sturgian Heavy Axeman. I think we go for the Axeman. Yeah, I've got a feeling he's going to be a bit of a beast and a thick boy. And yeah, one of the veteran, like the only, we got 4, so what, like 10% sort of. Yeah, one of them was literally our best archer. Yeah, I do not rate the Sturgian archers. Oh, I've said that quite a few times, yeah. If you want archers, don't go for Sturgia. Their archers suck. Do you know who does have really, really ridiculously amazing archers? Valandia, but they're crossbowmen. But yeah, with the old Distinguished Service, you can see how many kills people get when they level up. And yeah, you get the like Sergeant crossbowmen. They rack up some serious skills. Just going to be a quick skirmish against, I believe it was 11 sea bandits. So we've got some sea raiders here. Managed to get just past the shield. Nothing too much there. And one day, when we can swing an actual axe properly, we are going to be in for a very good time. So our army's now up to 45. I think that we have 8 companions. All have like big round shields, not in any armour, so like that cheeky chappy there. But they all have at least a commoner axe. So as better axes, well, we come across them or we forge them. Well, yeah, they're going to level up quite quickly or get better kit. And 5 more level up here. So let's go line breakers, soldiers, and heroic line breakers. Nice. I think we'll get a couple more archers. Now, their archers are useless. But if we don't have anything that can ever fire back at their archers, or if we're in a siege and we can't like harass them, then we are going to be in a considerable amount of trouble. So we got Scarlet, we know the Shield Maiden, we know Blacktooth, then we got Break Skull, into the fish, then into Blood Axe, into the shark. And yeah, that is all of the companions that we have now, which is a decent amount. Now that number will grow, and obviously as we do bigger battles, more chances of our guys actually getting more than 5 kills. I'm hoping in sieges we should be able to get quite a few more. You can only get a max of 2 per battle. So when you end up in like the bigger sieges at the end, where it's like 1,000 versus 400, it'll take a very long time to do. Yeah, you kind of wish you got more than just 2 for it. But still, details, it is good. And with that, I think that is a good place to wrap up part 1. So thank you very much for watching. I guess I'll call it the Sturgian Companion Army for now. That is such a bad name. Gonna need to think of another one. Anyway, all your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.